This program is proudly brought to you by the VAFA Live Official app. With live scores, team stats, player stats and much, much more. Everything you need for the VAFA in the palm of your hand. Download it from the App Store or Google Play now.
Good afternoon, this is Jared Gleeson at the Brighton Beach Oval, where this afternoon Old Brighton have defeated St Kevin's Old Boys by 4 behinds. I have the head coach of St Kevin's here with me, Guy Martin. Guy, a dirty day and not a good result. What do you take away from a game like this today?
Oh, a shocking result. It's probably the most disappointing I felt after a game. It was pretty ill-disciplined from our players. I don't necessarily mean a few free kicks. It's just a total disregard to do some things that we spoke about. Pre-game, quarter time, half time, three-quarter time, and you sort of saw a flicker of it at the end of the third and then the last, and just some basic things, and guys were just doing their own thing, a little bit selfish and not sticking to what we said to do. They're playing for themselves, not playing for the team, and you can't. I mean, we nearly snatched it, but we didn't deserve to win. We didn't deserve to be anywhere near 4 points, I don't think.
So what was the change in the last quarter? What brought that on?
Oh, gee, I don't want to give away too much IP, mate. Just a few starting points, and they like to get numbers behind the ball and spit back, and so a certain couple of individuals, and just some things to nullify, I think, the way they like to play, and especially on a day like today, on a dry big ground, you can maybe get around it, but we're on a contested sloppy game like today, where they were getting their numbers was hurting us, so we needed to even it up, and we sort of did, but gee, I'm cold.
The number 3, Pavlu, had 51 or 52 possessions today. What was the thinking about him?
Yeah, another good Hampton Rovers boy. It's funny, he kicked a goal at that last quarter. He kicked a goal playing for Hampton Rovers against Old Brighton 3 years ago to win the game. Brought back memories. He hurt us the first time as well. I didn't think he had that much, and this is nothing to take away from Pav, so I love him, I know him well. I don't think he was the difference. Their spares, wherever they were the difference. And obviously he's had a lot of it and done a lot, but I don't. If it wasn't him, Zimmerman getting out the back or spitting forward, and Harry Hill sitting by himself. So it wasn't that if we had to set someone on Pav, it was we made it specific to sit on their numbers, whoever it was, and we didn't. We let him go, and obviously he got on the end of it. But I, admittedly, I know who he is, and I take note of him. I didn't think he had that much of it. So I don't think putting a tag on him would have changed the result, to be honest. Okay,
I'll let you go in a second. One last thing. Next week's, I think, Old Melburnians. Yep. They're struggling a touch at the moment as well. What's the plan for next week?
We do have them at Elstonwick, and we've got to win. We were sort of eyeing top 2, and now we've got to eye top 4 now with the loss today. So we just spoke then about in this comp, we sort of seem to get ourselves up and about for the Xaviers and the Collegians and that, and then we didn't bring it today. So it shows the comp's so even. I think Carey were matching it with Xavier for half a day today. So anyone who don't sort of bring it can match it. So I really hope today's not a wake-up call, but a bit of a reminder that when we're not on, we're very beatable, and hopefully we get a bit of a response during the week and next Saturday.
Guy, thanks very much for that. Now I'll hand over to my colleague Daniel with the coach of Old Brighton.
Thanks, Jared. I'm here with Greg, the coach of Old Brighton. A really good performance from your team, but obviously a frustrating way to finish up. Talk me through your thoughts at the end of that game.
Look, it's hard to... Look, I'm really pleased that we had a win, and I thought we played really well. For the majority of the game, even to the first 5 or 10 minutes of the second quarter, I thought we controlled the game. But they got organised around the stoppages, and Wood and Kanakis and Waite stood up, and as you would expect them to do, and we were lucky that we ended up in front. Would have been very disappointing to lose, but I thought that we worked really hard. I thought our effort in the first 3 quarters was pretty good.
We talk about him every week, but I think this week in particular, Nick Pavlu, 54 disposals today, particularly in that last quarter with a few really crucial clearances when you needed them most. Talk to me about how he stood up today for your boys and the performance from your point of view.
Yeah, look, it's interesting. He's had a terrific year and he's been a really good player for us all the time. I'm probably harder on him than most, because I question his defensive side. But when he's getting the ball as much as he is and having as many shots, he was a really influential player today. And even in the end, probably fitting that the ball was in his hands at the end. And, I reckon if we had needed the goal, he probably would have gone back and drilled it and made sure that we needed to win. So, look, he's been a good player for us, and he gets supported by Harry, and I thought our rucks did pretty well today as well. So he's been a really good player for us, and he's got to hopefully he can keep going for another 3 to 4 weeks.
You mentioned the likes of Kanakis and Waite. You really mitigated their impact today, particularly kicking goals. Talk about the defenders that managed to play a part in stopping them and their forward movement.
Yeah, look, we had Eddie Tate go to Billy for the first 3 quarters and just lost him a little bit when he went up through the midfield, as did Jared with Tom Lemets. Both boys have been good players for us. Eddie usually plays through the midfield, and he did a really good job on Billy today, and it was only in the last 10 minutes that sort of had to move him back into the midfield on Billy. I thought they both did a good job, well supported by the other guys around there as well, and our wingers helped back there today as well.
So Scobbs is the first of 3 games against the top 3 sides, so Uni Blues and Zavs in the next couple of games. What are you looking to get out of those games, and what's the plan moving forward?
Oh, it's pretty simple. We've just got to win them. It's Uni Blues are a terrific side, and they're hard to beat out there. They beat us by 10 points here in round 1, and they're a bit different. We're significantly different to how we were then. It'll be a good challenge for our guys. So we're looking forward to the contest, and just get out there and see how we go, and then work out what happens after that.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, Greg. Congrats on the win, and congrats on moving into the top 4. I believe that's what's happened as a result of Collegians' loss. That's all from us here at Brighton Beach Oval, where Old Brighton have defeated Scobbs by 4 points.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.